Hi, this is Lucky Smith reporting for Star River News Magazine, and today is February 21st of 2013. I'm doing a Skype interview with Jordan.
Yes, ma'am.
Hi, Mr. Young, and please introduce yourself for us.
Yeah. Well, my name is Jordan Young. I'm a songwriter, guitar player, singer, manager, and mostly I work for this band that I created about 5 years ago in Tennessee called Candy's River House.
Candy's River House. Let's talk about the title. What made you decide to name your band Candy's River House?
Yeah, it's basically what made us to decide that name was everything in the world has already been taken because apparently there's 10 billion bands out there, and we just really wanted a name that no one had ever copied before, and what it actually is the group that I was with out there in Tennessee, we couldn't agree on anything, and the one thing we could agree on was basically our favorite band collectively would be Led Zeppelin, and we all mixed our three favorite Led Zeppelin songs together and came up with this name, Candy's River House. It was Candy Store Rock was my favorite Led Zeppelin song. My drummers was Houses of the Holy, and the bass player was Traveling Riverside Blues, and that's how we got that name.
And you guys are based out of Utah, correct?
Yeah, it started in Tennessee, and we toured all over, pretty much just all over the U.S. for about 3 years, but we were located in Middle Tennessee, basically Nashville and that area, and just through years of touring and having changes in the lineup, because I've basically always been, the manager, the booking guy, the songwriter and all that. I've just gone through different changes of bass player, drummer, and then wound up in Salt Lake. And so I've been here about a year, and I met the current guys that I play with, Dave and Eric.
And Dave and Eric, and they were with you back 5 years ago as well, correct?
No, they're like the fourth version of Candy's River House.
Oh,
so I've gone through like four different lineups of Candy's River House. Some, I had some real diehard kids that would, go anywhere and do anything, but they were just kind of scroungy. And then I had some kids that couldn't tour because they didn't like even living on the road and whatnot, and kids that were in college. And Dave and Eric that I met when I moved here, I basically just booked a bunch of shows and didn't have a band, and so luckily,
oh my God.
At the time of the first show, I just these guys presented themselves. They were working musicians. They're both really incredible, and they play, with different groups. But I basically got my hands on them and booked them, 8-9 shows a month to sort of make sure that they couldn't go play for anybody else. And so now they're mine.
How long have you guys been playing together now?
It's almost been a year. I met them almost right when I moved back here. It's been like 8 months, 9 months.
Well, you guys are very passionate. I mean, I was there to see Jason play with, I believe, as Heaps and Heaps. And we got there early, and I was like, okay, I'm going to smoke a couple of cigarettes, and I just heard your voice, and it just drew me into the bar. And then there you are with this long blonde hair, dancing and singing Barefooted. And that was...
Yeah, sometimes the whole barefoot thing works against me. Like, in Sacramento, I, stomped on a broken shot glass.
Ouch. Ow. Do you always
cool.
play barefooted?
I do, yeah.
Is there a reason why, or?
Well, maybe two reasons. Mostly just doesn't feel right. I don't know. It just doesn't feel right when I'm, got boots on. It's not comfortable. And, when I'm, stomping and freaking out really hard in cowboy boots, it doesn't feel good, I don't know. It just feels better, more grounded maybe, more comfortable, more natural.
And what's the one thing, because you guys have a large following, what's the message that you would like to give out to your fans right now?
Oh, man, all I can say is it's been a long time. as far as Candy's River House goes. And, you know, I'm the only, like, original member, I guess you could say. And everyone that I've met all over the country, even in Europe, it's just really neat, man, that people can relate to, you know, just what it is that we do, and that they still hit me up. You know, people I haven't seen in years still email me like, hey, when are you coming back to Oklahoma or whatever? And I just am really grateful that, you know, we've been able to make friends like that. And you know, really, as far as speaking to any artists or musicians, the only thing that really matters is just to never stop. Like, you know, you'll always get better, you'll always learn more, but just never quitting is what's so important, because there's just somebody else right behind you that wants it just as bad as you do, you know. But if you never quit, you're bound to get somewhere eventually, you know.
And when's your next tour date?
Actually, I'm booking a summer tour right now. This thing we just did through all of February was so we could get out of Salt Lake because it's freezing here. And I think it's going to be around June is what we're looking for. And I'm going to take Dave and Eric out on the route that I used to do all the time through the Southeast.
Oh, so are you going to hit the West all this time around, or?
Probably. I'm wanting to go on a really quick trip up to Portland and do some shows around there, because I have some real good buddies in Portland, Oregon. Hopeless Jack and the Handsome Devil. Those guys are awesome. And maybe do that in May. But I don't know if we'll get back to California, you know, real quick. Dave and Eric really want to go check out the South, the whole South experience, you know. We used to play Memphis and stuff a lot, and I've been talking about it, and I think that they really want to go and do that, and I do too. I miss a lot of my old friends out there.
Well, your music is hot. Is very passionate. It's like a bluesy rock.
Right? Yeah.
And go ahead.
Yeah. The combination of me, Dave, and Eric is really interesting as far as like what you're saying. It being blues and rock is because I'm the real bluesy guy, you know. Dave and Eric, actually, we all three have like such different influences. It's almost weird. Like Eric is into hip hop and jazz. And
well, I would not have guessed that.
Yeah, it's interesting. Like, I write the songs, but I give them to Dave and Eric, and then they just do their thing, you know. Like, me and Dave have, you know, chord progressions that I've already written, but Dave is like a freak on the bass. If you ever, those of you who, you know, watch this or whatever, if you go watch a video of Dave playing the bass, he's like a genius on the bass guitar. He can do anything on it. So he has his crazy, he's really into like Yes and, you know, Rush. He likes real progressive music like King Crimson and stuff like that. So he's got that influence, and Eric is in this whole other thing, and I just happen to be the one that's with like the real bluesy influence, you know.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's cool, like you said, like about everyone being very passionate. Is doesn't matter what we're playing. That's the one thing I really like about Dave and Eric, is that we're all really passionate about it. You know, we don't have like day jobs, and we just play, you know. So we play really hard, really hard, you know, every show, even if there's 2 people in the room, you know.
That's what keeps people making music, is when you're doing it for, whether it's playing for 200 people or 2 people, you know, you have to give them the same show.
Yeah, you're right. It's just, you just never know, you know. And I mean, even though sometimes you're playing those types of shows, especially on tour, because you got to play Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, you know, you can't always just play Friday, Saturday. It's like, it's just integrity, you know, like their bar is paying you to be there and play, and you should play your ass off, you know. I mean, if you're not having that, if you're not doing that anyways, even if it's packed or not, then why are you doing it, you know? If you're just there to make a paycheck, I mean, well, first of all, you're in the wrong business, because we barely make enough to eat a lot of times, you know. And second, it's like, well, why did you get into this in the first place, you know, to get chicks? Well, that's just, you know, that's not the right mindset, I don't think. It just depends. I don't dress pretty enough to, and none of us do in this band, to just pick up chicks.
I think you guys are fine. I mean, if for listeners out there, if you guys have not checked them out, you guys have definitely got to check out Candy's River House. Is one of those bands that can make anyone dance and have rhythm. Their music's great. Another question I have for you guys also is, where can people find your music at? Are you guys on? Do you guys have a YouTube channel, Facebook?
We don't have an actual channel, but if you type, the great thing about the name is that if you type it into Google or Facebook or YouTube, anything, we're the only thing that comes up. There's no Candy's River House related, like a candy store or anything. It's just the band. So you can pretty much just type Candy's River House into Google or Bing or whatever and find everything. Our videos, our MySpace, our Facebook, and all that. And yeah, on Facebook is kind of where I've been doing most of it lately. It's just the Candy's River House music page. It has videos, songs, downloadable too. They're downloadable for free. It has all of our dates, pictures, everything.
And is there anything you would like to share before we wrap this up as well, Jordan?
Well, all I can say is it was really good to meet you guys in particular.
Thank you.
That show down at the Bronson Bar in Hollywood, it was a riot. That was a good show.
That was fun.
Yeah, it was a really, really fun show. And just, everyone that's staying involved in live music, because it's all about live music, live bands. It's sort of, it almost seems like it's becoming a lost art. So, just get out there and shake your ass, man. Go to a show, have a good time, and anyone can go listen to a DJ or whatever, and that's cool. But, live music has an energy that you're never going to get at any other type of art experience, So just keep on supporting live music, man, and just know that it's a job like anything else and that people live off of it, And, just support your local scene, all the local musicians and artists, no matter what they do.
Thank you. And this is Lucky Smith signing off.